The Hole in the Wall Game Camp was founded in 1988 by Paul Newman to provide opportunities for children with serious illnesses to experience the spirit and friendship that go with camp. The camp's programs include year-round outreach to hospitals and clinics and ongoing services for children, families, and caregivers. These programs serve 20,000 children and family members annually. All the services are provided free of charge. And just over a week ago, there was sad news to report. A fire destroyed a large section of the camp located here in Connecticut. The fire consumed the main building that houses the camp's store and arts and crafts, as well as its workshop and cooking programs. The incident, however, has kickstarted an outpouring of donations to get the camp back up and running. The Travelers Companies and the Travelers Championship will match up to $1 million in donations, and Bubba Watson posted this on social media. Hey, Travelers, put me down for $25,000. Happy to help the Hole in the Wall camp rebuild so they can keep doing what they do best. A reminder as well, Bubba Watson donating $200,000 to the Hole in the Wall game camp after his last win at the Travelers Championship. As we welcome Ryan Thompson, the Chief Communications Officer of the Hole in the Wall game camp, to the show. And Ryan, there was some frightening pictures of the fire at the camp. First of all, how is everybody coping emotionally?
Well, I'll tell you, fires are always sudden, sad, and scary. And but we have been absolutely blessed by the tremendous outpouring of love and support from the community. And really at the forefront of that have been our friends at the Travelers Championship and the title sponsor, Travelers, who established the $1 million match, which they wanted to inspire the support of the community to rally around camp at this difficult time. And it has done that. And we just are so grateful for their friendship. And I think what speaks volumes is when everything was happening on Friday, after our camp director called our CEO, Jimmy Canton, and let him know what was happening. The next call Jimmy received was from Andy Bissett, the Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer at Travelers, asking what was happening and letting camp know that Travelers was there for us. And that just speaks to the amount of love and far-reaching friendship that Travelers and the Travelers Championship feel for the Hole in the Wall game camp. And we are just so grateful to them and the tremendous outpouring of support that has been generated. It's been truly remarkable.
Well, Ryan, you know these children, these families personally. How impactful is this camp on the lives of young people and their families?
It is in many cases, it's a lifeline of hope. It is providing them with experiences that allow them to challenge perceived limitations, but most importantly, it's allowing them to have fun. It's allowing them to be a kid and to remember that they are not alone in their challenges. So for what these children are able to experience is what Paul Newman called a different kind of healing. And it's far-reaching because our programming not only serves the children themselves at camp, but also serves their families. And it does so in hospital settings. As you mentioned, we're in more than 40 locations throughout the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, providing daily doses of fun and friendship right to children at their hospital bedsides, facilitating playroom activities. And we're also doing outreach to families in their homes and hometowns. Obviously, during COVID-19, we've had to pivot with a purpose, and all of our programming has gone to alternative and virtual expressions. But we are happily resuming in-person programming in the hospital settings, and look forward to resuming in-person programming for families at camp this spring and this summer. This fire will not stop that from happening. We want to continue to be there for our children and families.
Ryan, what is Bubba Watson's connection with the camp?
Bubba's been a longtime friend of the camp. His win when he first won the Travelers Championship back in Connecticut, he met one of our camper families who was speaking at an event and said, "I want to visit." And he did. And he and Angie came and they were able to come while camp was in session, do some singing and dancing in the dining hall. And he's just been a tremendous friend of the camp ever since. Obviously, as you mentioned, with when he won a couple years back and made that extraordinary gift, but most recently just rallying support around the camp during the fire. It really speaks volumes about the Travelers Championship and how special that community is. And I really, I want to thank Nathan Grube and Andy Bissett, because I think they're at the forefront of creating that community that I think just really speaks volumes about the friendship that has surrounded the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp.
Ryan, from every tragedy comes some hope. What are you hoping that you guys can do after this fire to maybe start the process of healing and make the camp even better than it was?
Well, certainly those buildings were iconic, and there were a lot of very, very fond memories. But there will be more memories to be made, and we are going to rebuild, and we are going to rebuild in a way that meets the current, future, and varied needs of the seriously ill children that we serve. We are always so inspired by our children and families and the resilience that they demonstrate. And we want to demonstrate that same resilience, and that's why we will be programming at camp this spring. This will not stop us. We're intending to host families for day programs and also overnight programs in the spring. And then our summer program will be modified to serve families during 8 4-day family camps. And everything will be modified, obviously, to be COVID friendly and to be as safe as possible. But we want to continue to be that beacon of hope and a different kind of healing that Paul Newman intended. And we want to continue to be there for our children and families at a time when they need us most. And we're so grateful for the community outpouring that's allowing us to continue to do that, and to Travelers and the Travelers Championship, because we're very close to reaching what we'll need to rebuild, and then to be able to focus on our rebuilding.
Well, Ryan, we appreciate the time. Our thoughts are with you and everybody involved. To help out with the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, you can go to holeinthewallgang.org. We appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.